Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Hannah. Thanks for watching. Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you as always for watching. I am Hannah. I'm a mom and a knitter and a children's knitwear designer. I share in these videos what I'm finished, what I'm working on, and if I have any acquisitions. Sometimes I share from the archives, which are things I knit before I started my YouTube channel, and sometimes I share assumptions that you guys have made about me that you've sent in the past, and I kind of answer those. It just depends on how much actual knitting content I have for the day. But in the month of December, I've been sharing a weekly update instead of every other week, so I can include some content about what me and my son Ollie are up to that is festive or holiday related. This week we have done a lot of cookie making, a lot of seeing friends and family, which is kind of the best part of the holidays. But also we saw some fun lights, and we went to just like a festive area and had dinner with family, and we saw people ice skating. And I don't know about you, but I just love to see the lights this time of year. That's just the best. It just makes me feel so like happy inside. Like I just love to see things lit up for Christmas or whatever. I love the lights. So seeing those, even though we were just like kind of going shopping and going out to eat, just seeing things decorated, I don't know, it just made it extra special feeling. So I'll include some pictures at the end of my son being very cute and enjoying himself. But for now, the knitting content, I have a lot of acquisitions today. Like, I think the whole time I've been making this channel, it's not very many, like 12 videos, I've had like 3 or 4 acquisitions. Today I have like 4 acquisitions, which is a lot for me. So yes, let's get started. So my finished objects, I'm wearing my finished Lento sweater. If you can see the sleeves, I love it. I'll put a picture of me wearing it. My last like 2 videos maybe have been about this. I started it and finished it in about 2.5 weeks. That's probably my fastest make ever, partly due to the yarn weight. It's also like more of a shrunken fit. And so the sleeves, I knit them to pattern, but they're a little like bracelet length. And then the body itself is pretty cropped. Let me see if you can see. So it hits right here. Yeah, it's pretty cropped for me, but not too cropped. I'm really happy with it. I wore it the other day when we went out to eat, but everything was like outside, and so I had my coat on the whole time. So I don't think it got much visibility, but I knew I was wearing it and I felt very warm. And I felt like fancy enough to go out to dinner, but also just to be walking around. I really like it. So this was Isager Eco Soft, which is a cotton alpaca blend. And yeah, I'm just like, I really like it. I'm wearing it next to skin, and it's not uncomfortable. It might bother you if alpaca bothers you, but it feels good to me. It's kind of like a cloud. It's very fluffy, and there is a lot of like strings coming off it. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, it's got like a halo for sure. But yes, I really love it. Okay, so my second finished object is this sweater, which is a gift knit. I haven't blocked it yet. The little cuffs rolled up. Oh, got a fuzzy. But this is my pattern. It's Micah's Raglan sweater. This is size 18 months. It fits on my almost 2-year-old. He's almost 2. But it hasn't been blocked yet, and it's gonna be a gift for this Christmas. And yeah, I use Cascade 220 Superwash, just so that, Superwash, hopefully nothing happens to it, but just in case. I'm thinking about putting like an initial on it, her initial, the little one it's for. So yes, duplicate stitch obviously since I finished it already. But yeah, I knit these sleeves 2 at a time. I'm trying to think if I didn't change the pattern or anything. But yeah, I just finished it up. So this means I can cast on something personal now, maybe. I don't know. I know it's gift knitting season for a lot of people. So if you're there, solidarity with you. Hopefully it'll be over soon if it's not something you enjoy. But yeah. Okay, so for works in progress, I haven't really made any progress. I was totally focused on this for the last week. Let me move my microphone over so you don't hear my husband sneezing in the background. Yeah, that's pretty much all I've been working on for the last week, was just casting that on. And then I think in the last video I only had done like this much. So finished that, and yeah, so I haven't made any progress. My scarf that I've been making, no progress. I'm excited to pick that up again. And no progress on the sweater that I'm making my dad. And those are my only active whips right now, I believe. I need to cast on and finish a hat for my husband, but I have a hat pattern currently in testing, and that's the one I'm going to use. So I just need to do that before the test window closes. Not because I'm testing it, but just because I wanted to knit it along with my testers, to get kind of like back into, you know, remembering what the pattern is like after, you know, when they have questions, stuff like that. I guess that means it's time for acquisitions. This is like a record for me, getting to acquisitions. That was so fast. Sorry about the lighting. I was trying to wait for good lighting to take this video, but it has been really dark here. Probably the last 2 weeks. I live in North Carolina, in the Triangle area, and the last 2 weeks have been like rain, clouds. Like we had like a sunny morning the other day, and that's been all the sun we've gotten in like 2 weeks. So it looks like it's, you know, the sun setting, but it's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I had to turn the light in that room on so that there would be some light, but hopefully there's like even a little bit of natural light. I don't know. It's just really dark and gloomy and raining. It should be snow, and it's too cold and we can't play in it. So why is it raining? Anyway, yes, bad lighting. So I might have to show some of these again. At least when I cast on, I'll show the color again really well. But hopefully it's okay. So I got one acquisition from my local yarn shop. This. Yeah, this looks about right. Not quite. It looks okay. This is Cascade 220 Superwash. I really liked it after knitting this sweater, for like one that is good for a kid to use. And it also felt really nice. After I blocked it too, it like softened up and I liked it. This is the color Irish Cream. Oh, I can see that. So I got this for so you can kind of see where the unnatural light and then the natural light are showing, but I got this for a design for my son that I'm gonna make. So it's gonna be kind of similar to this one, but like that it's a raglan, I guess. I'm planning for it to be a raglan, but have like a cable panel down the center. So I'm excited. I'm going to use this. I got two. I know it will take at least two. As he gets older, the sweaters take more and more yarn. He's not that big, but it's just how it goes. I'll probably knit him a size 2 year, even though he can fit 18 months, just so maybe he can wear it next year. We'll see. But that was my first acquisition. And then my second, third, and fourth all came from the same place. So I got them from Ewe Fibers, which is a yarn shop in Charlottesville, Virginia. My husband and I visited, and Ollie, I guess about a year ago. But I have been following them online for a long time, and so finally going was very special. But they had a surprise sale for their, I believe, 6-year anniversary. When it's yarn and I see 25% off, I'm like, oh, I gotta get it. So I had been waiting kind of after I didn't see stuff I wanted at Black Friday, and I had some money that I needed to use by the end of the year. By the end of the year. It sounds sort of sketchy. It was just like cash back for my credit card. So I wanted to spend it by the end of the year. And so I was like looking for something to spend it on. I usually wait all year and then spend it at the end. And so anyway, I chose yarn. Unsurprisingly, I chose yarn to use it on, but it was very exciting because I felt like I could get so much more than I had anticipated because it was on sale and I could still stay, you know, in that limit of the rewards I had. So the first one I'm planning to, I'll just show you. I'm planning to hold it double with some brown yarn that I already have. I have a lot of shades of sort of gray, brown, this color in my stash from previous projects, so I wanted to kind of make use of it for like a sweater's quantity, so holding it double will definitely help. This is Knitting for Olive Soft Silk Mohair in the color Hazel. I have used this mohair before, not this color, and yeah, I've been really happy with it. I like it a lot, feels good. I had originally intended to buy Surrey, but it just didn't work out how I wanted it to go, so I got this, and I have 4 of them, which I think will be enough for me for like a maybe worsted weight sweater. I'm thinking about this for a Moby sweater by Petite Knit, but if you know of a cabled sweater pattern that is sort of a like unisex fit, that's by an indie designer or like a smaller designer, definitely drop that for me, because I just haven't really found one like it, and it's the style that I like. So I would love to support, you know, someone else if I can, but yeah, let me know. And okay, so I might hold that with my Cascade my Cascade ecological wool that I showed last week. I don't know, we'll just see what the color matches well with, because I wasn't able to see it in person, but I'm fairly confident it will match something I have. I'm pretty sure it will, otherwise it'll just be a nice marl, and that's okay. The next 2 yarns are also yarns I've used. I'm sort of a yarn creature of habit, like maybe because I've been buying a lot of my yarn online for the last couple of years. So if there's a yarn I like, then I will just continue to buy it and use it. It takes a lot for me to branch out without seeing a yarn first or using it. I don't know if that's like it's not a good or a bad trait. It's just how I am. So I'm not a very adventurous yarn purchaser. But so I got this. There it is. Okay, this is Vovo, which means grandma in Portuguese, which I feel like fits my vibe, kind of. If you know me, sometimes I am a little grandma-esque fitting. So I've used Vovo before. I used it for my tilled sweater, and I've had that sweater for about 3 years, and it has worn so well. Like, I haven't had to take the pills off or anything. It's barely pilled. I wear it probably every 10 days, I would say, for like actual, not just like going out to eat, like for going to the park, going to the store, things like that. So it gets some pretty good like wear, and I'm really happy with how it's worn. So when I saw they were having a sale, I was like, oh, I wonder if they have this yarn. And I also really like Rosa Pomar and her sort of love for Portuguese wool and for the sheep there, and yeah, I visited her shop, so I'm a fan, and I saw this was on sale, and so I thought, this is it. I'm getting it. It's 100% wool. It says knit better, wear longer, waste less, which that sounds great to me. I would love to live that motto out. Yeah, but I definitely felt like my sweater is one that I would say, yes, wear longer. Like this tracks. This is good. So this is color light pink, number 22. Yeah, it has a lot of information about the sheep. I like learning about the sheep. What am I wearing? Where did it, how do the sheep live? What's their life like? Where are they from? Things like that. So very cool to me. I'm planning to make a Cambys sweater by Tete Beche knitwear. I have been planning to make this for a long time, and I just haven't gotten around to it. I think because I know I'm gonna make it at some point, and so I'm just not in a rush to make it. But I think I might make it soon, because I like this yarn a lot. It feels weird to be buy myself yarn right before Christmas because I don't know, I might get yarn for Christmas. I'm not sure, but Mom, if you bought me yarn, I would still love to have it. Don't return it. I still want it all. But I just like I said, I needed to use this before January 1. And so here we are. Okay, the last acquisition. Okay, this is another Rosa Pomar yarn. I'm so excited because a lot of yarn stores have started carrying it in the United States. It has been hard for me in the past couple of years to find it. And so like going to her shop or ordering from other shops that are often outside the US, so the shipping costs more, has just been how I've been able to get the yarn. But now I'm seeing it more and more, which is just like really exciting. So this is her fingering weight yarn base. And I was so excited because sweaters quantity. Yes, I know I showed you guys my stash, right? It's not like I am hurting for yarn, but I wanted this color because this had been for a long time like my favorite color, purple, and like ever since I was a kid, like this color, pretty much the same color. So this last year, I think I've been trying to dress more intuitively, like I like that, so I'm gonna wear it, or that's a great color and I like it, so I'll wear it, versus being concerned about, you know, does that color look okay, or is it the right color for my skin tone, or will it match everything? Just trying to be more relaxed and still conscious about what I am buying, consuming, that kind of thing, but just enjoying it more. I think that'll be really good for 2023 to, yeah, just like wear what I like and what I want to, versus being hyper focused on those previous things that I had been. So for me, that will be adding a little more color into my life, like this purple that I have loved for so long, but I haven't worn in a long time because I thought maybe it doesn't look good, or I don't know, it just doesn't match a lot of stuff. I'm not sure why I pushed a lot of color out, but I saw this color and I thought, I'm bringing it back. Bringing back some color just a little bit in 2023. Yeah, I don't actually have a pattern in mind for this. I did buy enough yarn though, that I think for a fingering weight sweater, I'm thinking something that could be like a 3-season sweater, because it is fingering weight. But if you have a favorite pattern, let me know. Otherwise, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I don't want to make another Cumulus tee. Like I will if I can't find a pattern, but I would like to support someone else and like purchase their pattern or promote it on my YouTube channel or whatever. I'd love to do that. I just have a hard time finding like a 3-season fingering weight sweater with the details that I'm looking for. I don't know, but yes, very excited about this purple to bring it back to my life, and this pink. Love it. But I do have a sweater out of this yarn, and I've also really liked how it has worn. It's been super sturdy. I haven't had to like depill it or anything. That means it may not be like the softest, but I would probably wear both of these next to skin, just for like my own self. I know everyone's different, so it's not the best gauge, but yeah, this is 100% Portuguese wool. There's 421 yards in this, so that was awesome. So I think I have about 1,200, 1,300 yards to make a sweater with, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm excited to see where it goes. I might knit this over the summer because it is such a lightweight that it won't be hard to carry around. Yeah, I started making my 2023 what I'm going to knit, what I'm going to design, what I want to gift, things like that. I've started kind of writing that out, and that's exciting. I'm going to probably do like a recap of what I've knit this year, and then also I'll probably do like a what I'm hoping to knit in 2023, or at least like the first half. I find it's a little easier to break it down by half because like it's definitely gonna change, and I'm probably not gonna knit like a lot of this stuff that I shared. Like if you saw my what I'm knitting this fall, yeah, I think I've knit about half, which actually was more than I thought I would do. But yeah, I haven't knit all of them. I still hope to make them, but I'm a little slower of a knitter than I think I thought I was. But I'll let you know. Hopefully I'll cast something on with one of these. Maybe I should just cast this on since I know what I want to make. What I should cast on is this for the design so I can finish the sample and then get it to testing in a reasonable amount of time so that people can still knit it before it's way too hot. So we'll see what I end up doing. I'll share that next week. Yeah, so stay tuned if you'd like to watch some more footage of what we've been up to this week for our holiday festivities. If you're local, leave me a comment or DM me or whatever, and I can tell you all the spots we've been going to because, yeah, it's just really fun. We're into free, fun, festive, all those things. But anyway, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much, as always, for watching and subscribing and commenting on my videos. It means a lot to me, and also it means that I get to keep making these videos, and maybe I'll get to like upgrade my setup or something. I shared in my last video that I did recently get my channel monetized, and so I was thinking about, you know, sharing with you guys what my goals for that are. So I do think one of them would be to upgrade my recording setup. I just use my phone right now, but I'd like to get like a better stand to put it on because you can see I'm constantly like fixing my camera. So that's just one thing that I'm thinking about doing. I have a lovely microphone that my husband picked out for me for my birthday. But anyway, thank you for watching. Happy weekend and happy knitting. So here I am with Micah and Ollie, and we walked around a little bit and looked at the Christmas lights and the people ice skating. It was just like a little local shopping center that had lights and Santa and ice skating, Christmas trees, all of that. So we just had a good time walking around and eating together as a family.